Hey guys, here we are for GLHF Top 5 Games of the Year, the annual tradition where we reminisce about our favourite games of the year. To start off the list, we have
Number 5, God of War PC.
Well, this game did technically come out in 2018. We are including this PC port because wow, how could you not enjoy this masterpiece? The reason this game is so low though is because it is a PC port of a game that has already won Game of the Year awards before. But to quickly sum up the game, this action game takes place in Norse mythology, focusing on a father-son dynamic whose goal it is to deliver their dead wife's ashes to the highest peak in the realms. This game has it all, from breathtaking graphics, an amazing score, and incredibly fun gameplay. Some improvements that came with the PC port are better textures, improved shadows, and native 4K support. Overall, if you have not played this game and like action games, add it to your list.
Number 4, Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 2 comes in number 4, and while this game is a controversial pick, this would have to be the GLHF team's most played game, which is why it makes the list. To state the obvious, this game should realistically be called Overwatch 1.5. The monetization system is absolutely horrendous, with skins costing up to $30, and to top it off, they have failed to implement many systems which were promised at launch, such as night and day versions of every map and a proper PvE mode. But honestly, the game is just so fun. I have not had as much fun and infuriating moments in multiplayer gaming this year as I have had with Overwatch 2. The Blizzard team still has that magic touch when it comes to addicting gameplay, fun characters, and gorgeous world design. When you're playing and that team synergy is there, you feel on top of the world, wiping the enemy team out. But when it's missing, you're honestly stuck there wondering why you still have the game installed. If you can get past the controversies and the game's shortcomings, definitely give this one a try. Plus it's free, with the only microtransactions being cosmetic ones.
Number 3, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
This is the LEGO game I've been dreaming of ever since playing the first one back in 2005. And wow, when it released on April 5th, I don't think I've felt that childhood nostalgia in a long time, binging the game for hours on launch. If you have played a LEGO game before, you know what you're getting into, but honestly they've pulled out the bells and whistles for this one. You've got open world hubs, side quests, voice acting, and even space flight. The combat system has also had an overhaul, including combos and more control in general for your character. And the cutscenes look incredible. They look like the actual LEGO pieces in the cutscene. Even if you like LEGO games only slightly, make sure to give this one a go.
Number 2, Tunic.
Number 2 goes to Tunic, which is one of my favorite indie games of the year, due to how much it pays homage to one of my favorite game series, The Legend of Zelda. You start off waking up on the beach shore with no real direction or goal of what to do and where to go. And this feeling of mystery follows you throughout the whole game as you try and figure out where to go next. You'll get hints throughout the cutscenes and game manuals as to where you are and what you're doing, but this game encapsulates the NES/SNES era of games where you, the player, are the one who fills in the gaps about the world you are in. The main gameplay has you exploring, fighting enemies, completing puzzles, and dying. A lot. Alongside the Zelda influences, Tunic team has borrowed mechanics from Soulsborne series of when resting at camp, you regen your health, but all the enemies reset too. This adds to the overall sense of adventure as you, the sole player, fight onslaughts of enemies. To top it off, the graphics within this game are simple, but so gorgeous with how it paints a visually pleasing landscape contrasted with mysterious enemies and world. And as a bonus, a beautiful soundtrack accompanies it. This is how I would imagine most NES era games would look and feel with a modern coat of paint. If you're a fan of The Legend of Zelda, you have to give this one a go.
Number 1, Stray.
A number 1 game for 2022 has to go to the indie adventure hit Stray. Released back in July of this year, this game became our number 1 for a few reasons, but particularly for demonstrating the potential indie games can have in terms of creating a unique and surreal experience that is completely unique to the gaming landscape. And to top it off, the visuals that can be produced from a dedicated indie studio such as Blue 12 Studios is that of AAA quality. The game has you follow an orange tabby cat who falls from the city outskirts into the dark dystopian slums of Walled City 99. You follow this nameless feline as you try and find your way back to your family, along your way helping those who remain in this cyberpunk nightmare. The core gameplay is so fun as you play as a cat doing what cats do. You explore, knock over stuff, and meow. The game will have you running from enemies, solving puzzles, and stealthing around. And honestly, it brought back some of that charm that the 6th generation of consoles had in terms of gameplay mechanics. The developers at Blue 12 Studio have clearly demonstrated their prowess when it comes to creating an absolutely beautiful game, with the use of lighting and contrast to convey mood and direct plays throughout the level, and overall, just packed full of screenshot-worthy moments. And to finish off this video, here's a quick montage of my favourite screenshots so far. And that concludes our top 5 games of the year. If you feel like we have missed that game that should be included, don't forget to comment below.